Hey, Westside Christian family, this is Pastor Doug. If I could just add to the short devotion I did at worship night, Be Enthroned. We looked at Isaiah 6 there as an example of worship. I would probably go back to that Be Enthroned phrase. I thought that was a great phrase. I had to think about it a little while. I did say in the devotion that it is a full sentence, and it is. A sentence, again, in English requires at least a noun and a verb. Now, you can add other parts to it, adjectives, adverbs, prepositional phrases, but to have a full sentence, you need a noun and a verb. This has both. It just doesn't look like that at first. Be enthroned is your verb. The understood subject is God. And so we have this often in Scripture where we have an understood subject. Usually it's a command, it's an imperative. So you see something like do not lie in Ephesians and Colossians. There's no subject there, but the subject is understood to be you. It's understood to be whoever is hearing that, whoever is reading that. So a generic you do not lie. That gives us a command. It makes commands very easy to spot. This one, though, I had to struggle with because it can't be a command. We cannot command God. That's not our place. That's not right to do. It's not necessary. God doesn't need to be commanded to do anything that's good to do. So it can't be a command. And so I was like, well, what is it? What could it be then? I mean, what else is there that has an understood subject? And so that's where I came up with this idea that it is exclamatory. So an exclamation is a statement, but it is more energetic, I guess. It's more intense. Put that down. I can say, hey, put that down, or I can say, put that down. The one is a statement, the other is an exclamation. So this is more of an exclamation. God be enthroned. It's not a command. We can't command God. What it then becomes is a statement of what we would like, a statement of what we think should be, or if you think about it in a larger picture, it's a statement of what we already know to be. We are simply agreeing with what already is. The question is God going to be enthroned? Does he depend upon us for that to happen? No, he does not. We don't have to say, be enthroned, God. We don't have to go enthrone him. We don't have to do anything here. He's already going to be enthroned. If we said the opposite, as there are many people in our world who do, if we said, don't be enthroned, God, is that going to stop him from? No, it's not. He's already enthroned. He's been enthroned since the beginning of time. He will be enthroned throughout all eternity. We don't really contribute to that state at all. It just is. So when you come to that statement, then when you come to that exclamation, are we trying to create something that isn't? No, can't be, because it already is. What are we trying to do then? We're simply trying to agree with what is. We are already perceiving, yes, you are enthroned. And so we are then joining that and saying, we agree with you being enthroned. In other words, what we're doing is we're making a statement about reality. This is what I think people don't understand in our world very much. We've come to this place in society, I'm not sure it was this way when I was a kid, but I definitely think it is now, where we can just say things that are opposite to reality, and we think that somehow alters reality. And I could give a dozen examples, but I'll just give one that comes to mind. There was a song, I can't remember when it was, but I believe I Can Fly. Do you remember? Maybe is that R. Kelly? Does that sound right? I'm not sure. I don't know. I remember they played it a lot on the radio. Too much, in my opinion. I got a little sick of it. I think one time I meanly and sarcastically said, dude, go try. Go jump off of something, I'm tired of hearing your song. You think you can fly, go give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Well, we know what would happen if he did. If he said, hey, I believe I can fly, and he jumps off a building, well, reality's gonna rush up to meet him pretty quickly. You can't change reality. You can want to change reality. You can say you're changing reality, but at the end of the day, reality is reality. And if you think you can fly and you jump off a building, you're gonna find out real quick what reality is. The faith doesn't use this language very much, but I think the idea is there. There simply is a reality. There is a God in heaven. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God. There you go. That's reality. Jesus is his son. It's stated unmistakably. That is reality. The Spirit is a gift. That is reality. You can deny all this reality as much as you want. But as we see in the prophets, the day's going to come when the reality comes crashing down on you, or you come rushing up to meet it, and it's going to win. So when we are saying be enthroned, God, what we are saying is we perceive reality as reality is. We are agreeing with it. We are accepting it. We are going along with it. In fact, we are embracing that reality. That really is the spirit of worship. I define worship as seeing and saying the greatness of God, experiencing God's glory, and then expressing it in some way. That's a good definition. But another subset of that definition would be accepting and embracing reality, acknowledging that God is enthroned, accepting that God is enthroned, agreeing with God being enthroned. That's worship as well. That's all contained in that little statement. I thought it was a beautiful statement. Thought it was a beautiful worship night. Appreciate you being a part of it. Appreciate you giving me these couple moments to add a little to that worship night as well. And I hope to see you again very soon.